Few names inspire as much intrigue and debate as Captain William Kidd. Born in Scotland around 1645, Kidd's early life remains shrouded in mystery. We do know that he rose to prominence during a time when the seas were both a place of opportunity and peril. Was he a ruthless pirate who terrorized the high seas? Many accounts paint him as a fearsome figure, a man who would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. His ship, the Adventure Galley, was equipped with 34 cannons, making it a formidable force on the ocean. Kidd was commissioned by the English government to hunt down pirates and protect their interests. However, the line between privateering and piracy was often blurred, leading to conflicting perceptions of his actions. The truth, as is often the case, lies somewhere in the murky waters between these two extremes. Kidd's voyages took him across the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, where he encountered both fortune and misfortune. His journey was fraught with challenges, from treacherous weather to mutinous crew members. Kidd's life was a tapestry woven from adventure, ambition, and ultimately tragedy. His quest for wealth and recognition led him to take risks that would eventually seal his fate. Despite his efforts to stay within the bounds of his commission, accusations of piracy began to mount against him. He sailed during the golden age of piracy. This era was marked by the exploits of infamous pirates like Blackbeard and Bartholomew Roberts, who captured the imagination of the public and instilled fear in the hearts of sailors. His story serves as a stark reminder of the fickle hand of fate and the enduring power of legend. Kidd's downfall came swiftly after he captured the Quedagh Merchant, a ship laden with valuable cargo. This act, seen by some as piracy, led to his arrest and trial. Even centuries after his death, Kidd's name continues to evoke images of buried treasure and swashbuckling escapades. Legends of hidden riches have spurred countless treasure hunts, with many believing that Kidd left behind a vast fortune waiting to be discovered. But beyond the romanticized image lies a complex figure whose life and death offer a glimpse into a turbulent period of history. Kidd's trial was a spectacle, drawing attention from all corners of society. He was ultimately found guilty of piracy and murder and was hanged in 1701, a time when empires clashed, fortunes were won and lost on the high seas, and the pursuit of wealth and power could lead even the most honorable men astray. Kidd's story is a testament to the complexities of human nature and the thin line between hero and villain. His legacy, though controversial, continues to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the enduring allure of the sea and the timeless quest for adventure. William Kidd was born in Greenock, Scotland, in 1645. This small town, nestled on the banks of the River Clyde, was a bustling hub of maritime activity. The sea was an integral part of life in Greenock, shaping the destinies of many of its inhabitants. From a young age, Kidd was surrounded by tales of seafaring adventures and the promise of distant lands. The salty air and the sight of ships coming and going from the harbour must have ignited a spark of curiosity and wonder in the young boy's heart. His early life remains shrouded in mystery. There are few records detailing his childhood, but it is believed that he grew up in a modest household. The harsh realities of 17th century Scotland, with its political turmoil and economic challenges, would have been a formative backdrop to his upbringing. Despite these challenges, or perhaps because of them, Kidd developed a resilience and determination that would serve him well in his later years. We know he developed a thirst for adventure and a yearning for the sea. As a young man, Kidd likely spent countless hours at the docks watching the ships and dreaming of the day he would set sail. The call of the sea was irresistible, and it wasn't long before he found himself aboard a ship, ready to embark on his own journey. He learned the art of seamanship, honing his skills on the choppy waters of the North Sea. The North Sea, known for its unpredictable weather and treacherous conditions, was a formidable training ground. Here, Kidd would have learned the importance of teamwork, discipline, and quick thinking. Every wave and gust of wind was a lesson, and every successful voyage a testament to his growing expertise. Kidd eventually found his way to the bustling port of New York City. The city, with its vibrant mix of cultures and constant flow of goods and people, was a world away from the quiet streets of Greenock. For a young seaman with ambition, New York offered endless possibilities. It was a place where fortunes could be made, and where a man with the right skills and determination could rise quickly. It was a time of great opportunity in the New World. The colonies were expanding, and the demand for goods and services was growing rapidly. Merchants, traders, and adventurers from all over the world converged on New York, each seeking their own slice of the American dream. For Kidd, this was a land of promise, a place where he could build a new life and make a name for himself. The city was a melting pot of cultures and ambitions. People from different backgrounds and with different dreams came together, creating a dynamic and often chaotic environment. This diversity brought with it both opportunities and challenges. For Kidd, it meant navigating a complex social landscape, forging alliances, and seizing opportunities whenever they arose. Kidd quickly established himself as a skilled mariner. His experience on the North Sea had prepared him well, and he soon gained the respect of his peers. His ability to navigate and his leadership skills set him apart. He was not just a sailor, he was a leader, someone who could inspire and command a crew. He gained a reputation for his courage and seafaring prowess. Tales of his daring exploits spread, and he became known as a man who could be relied upon in the most challenging of circumstances. Whether it was steering a ship through a storm or leading a crew on a difficult mission, Kidd proved time and again that he was up to the task. He married a wealthy widow, Sarah Bradley Cox. This union not only brought him personal happiness, but also elevated his social standing. Sarah was well connected, and her wealth provided Kidd with the financial stability he needed to pursue his ambitions. Their marriage was a partnership in every sense, combining Kidd's seafaring skills with Sarah's social acumen. He settled into a life of comfort and respectability. With Sarah by his side, Kidd enjoyed the trappings of success. They lived in a comfortable home, surrounded by the luxuries that their combined fortunes could afford. For a time, it seemed that Kidd had found a balance between his love for the sea and his responsibilities on land. However, the lure of the sea proved too strong to resist. Despite his comfortable life, Kidd could not ignore the call of the ocean. The sea was in his blood, and the promise of adventure and riches was too enticing. He longed for the thrill of the open water, the challenge of the unknown, and the chance to make his mark on the world. Kidd's ambition and the promise of riches drew him into the world of privateering. Privateering offered a legal way to pursue wealth and adventure, sanctioned by the government. It was a dangerous and often morally ambiguous path, but for Kidd it was an opportunity to combine his skills as a seaman with his desire for fortune. He set sail once more, this time with a letter of marque in hand, ready to take on the challenges that lay ahead. Little did he know that this path would ultimately lead him down a treacherous and perilous course. The world of privateering was fraught with danger, both from the sea and from political intrigue. Kidd's journey would take him to the far corners of the globe, testing his skills and his resolve. It was a path that would bring him both glory and infamy, and ultimately it would define his legacy. Privateering offered men like Kidd a chance to acquire wealth and prestige. It was a dangerous profession, but the rewards could be substantial. Privateers were essentially legal pirates. They operated with the blessing of the crown. They were granted letters of marque. These documents authorized them to attack and capture enemy ships and their cargo. In 1695, Kidd accepted a commission to hunt down pirates in the Indian Ocean. He was given command of the Adventure Galley, a powerful 34-gun frigate. His mission was to rid the seas of notorious pirates who preyed on English merchant ships. Kidd set sail from London with high hopes and a sense of purpose. He was determined to prove his loyalty to the crown and return home a wealthy man. His voyage would take him across the Atlantic, around the Cape of Good Hope, and into the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. It was a journey of enduring dangers, but Kidd was a skilled captain and a fearless leader. He was prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The life of a privateer was filled with uncertainty and risk. The sea was a treacherous place, with storms that could sink ships and enemies that could strike at any moment. Yet the allure of potential riches and the thrill of adventure drew many to this perilous occupation. Privateers were essentially legal pirates. They operated with the blessing of the crown. These men were not outlaws, but were sanctioned by their governments to carry out acts of piracy against enemy nations. This legal backing provided a veneer of legitimacy to their actions, allowing them to plunder and pillage without fear of prosecution, as long as they targeted the right ships. The letters of marque were essentially licenses to commit acts of piracy, but with the full support of the government. This arrangement benefited both the privateers, who could keep a portion of their plunder, and the government, which weakened its enemies and bolstered its own coffers. As the Indian Ocean was a vast and dangerous expanse, teeming with pirates who preyed on merchant ships. Kidd's mission was clear: to bring these pirates to justice and secure the seas for English trade. He was given command of the Adventure Galley, a powerful 34-gun frigate. This ship was a formidable vessel, equipped with the latest in naval technology and armed to the teeth. With this ship under his command, Kidd had the tools he needed to take on the most fearsome pirates of the Indian Ocean. The pirates were a scourge on international trade, attacking ships, stealing cargo, and often leaving no survivors. Kidd's task was to hunt them down, capture or kill them, and restore safety to the shipping lanes. Kidd was undeterred. He was driven by a desire for wealth, a sense of duty to his country, and the thrill of the hunt. As the Adventure Galley left the safety of the harbor and ventured into the open sea, Kidd and his crew were filled with anticipation and resolve. Kidd's reputation and future depended on the success of this mission. Failure was not an option. He knew that the stakes were high, but he was confident in his abilities and the capabilities of his ship and crew. His voyage would take him across the Atlantic, around the Cape of Good Hope, and into the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean. This was a route with unpredictable weather of the Atlantic to the treacherous waters around the Cape. But Kidd was an experienced sailor, and he knew how to navigate these dangers. Kidd had faced many challenges in his career and had always come out on top. His crew trusted him implicitly, knowing that he would lead them through any storm and any battle. He was prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Kidd's resolve was unshakable. He knew that the path to success was never easy, but he was ready to confront any obstacle that came his way. With the Adventure Galley beneath his feet and the open sea before him, Kidd embarked on a journey that would test his mettle and define his legacy.